Hey everybody, welcome back to the Media Men. I'm your host Grant. I've got my co-host with me.
I'm Ben.
And today, once again, this podcast is about us talking about movies you may not have heard of or haven't seen in a very long time. So, Ben, what movie did we watch this week?
We watched The Blue Monkey.
The Blue Monkey.
Monkey.
A Blue Monkey. A Monkey.
Now, we watched Looney Tunes back in action. And I grew up on this movie, so I will be impartial.
You're warning already, you're gonna be impartial.
Yeah, I love this movie. That Master of Disguise.
Master of Disguise is a horrible movie. You cannot change my mind on that.
You're a horrible movie.
No, you're a horrible movie.
No, you.
Alright, so I'm gonna kick it in with the promotional stuff. That back of that DVD box.
I have the DVD.
Oh, my name's Ben. I get the bag. I have the DVD. Ooh.
That's what I watched it on.
What? You watched it on DVD? Psh, bro, I just watched it on YouTube.
That's because you use Google points.
Well, yeah, but if I do my surveys, I get Google points so I can watch movies on YouTube.
But cheater.
Pfft, you're a cheater. Who buys a DVD anymore?
Okay, and doesn't buy DVDs, he buys Blu-rays.
Which are DVDs.
No, they're Blu-rays because they're HD.
You can buy Ultra HD DVDs.
But that doesn't make them Blu-ray.
The only reason they're like the blue in Blu-ray, I'm pretty sure is like there's like an extra coating on the back of the disc that like keeps it from getting scratched easier. I think that's what it was.
That and Blu-rays cannot be read by normal DVD players.
Yeah, it pisses me off sometimes. You gotta get your fancy Blu-ray player.
Exactly, just get a Blu-ray.
Alright, so the back of that DVD box. Here we go. Yikes! The fate of the human race is in the hands of Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, teaming to wreak hilarious comic mayhem in a fast-paced family adventure combining live action with animation. Join the Toonsters as they try to obtain the powerful Blue Monkey gem and stop Acne Corp's grab for worldwide domination. Connect with your inner Daffy for a harebrained wit and mystery most foul. For pratfalls and movie in-jokes. For acne anvils. For more fun than you can catch in just one viewing. The lunatics are running the asylum. Welcome to their world.
Hold on, what in the world is a lunatic?
Unless it means lunatics. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I spelt that right. You check the back of the DVD box. Make sure I got that right.
Hold up, let me fact check you. Where is it? All right, I got it right here.
It's the last sentence of the box.
Oh, it is lunatics, but it's spelt for Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes.
Oh, okay.
Dummy head.
Sorry, English is hard, and they're using weird words. They're mixing words that shouldn't be mixed. So Ben, I guess, have you what's your experience with this movie? I'm guessing you kind of said it that you watched it your whole childhood.
Yes, I watched it throughout my childhood. It was my introduction to Brendan Fraser.
Bless him almighty.
Yes. Poor
stuntman.
What else? It was kind of like, because I personally did not grow up on Looney Tunes, just because I had not found them at that point. Later on, I was super into Looney Tunes. But because I did not grow up on Looney Tunes, I was like, whoa, the funny duck and silly rabbit. And so I was like, wow, I like this movie. It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Being a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Finding a lot of the jokes.
Mm-hmm. I guess my introduction to Looney Tunes, probably I might have seen them beforehand, but I mean, I definitely remember watching Space Jam. That might have been my introduction to Looney Tunes. Was Space
Uh,
Jam?
I have a confession. I
What?
have I have not seen Space Jam all the way through.
You haven't seen the cinematic masterpiece Space Jam all the way through?
Nope.
Ben, they literally reference the movie in this movie that you watch, that you claim is like your favorite movie.
Wait. Oh yeah, because LeBron James is in the movie. Is
What?
in this movie. What? He
That's
is.
not LeBron James, you idiot!
Wait, it's not?
It's Michael Jordan!
Oh. I always thought it was LeBron James.
No, LeBron James is in the new one! Oh my god,
Oh, that's why.
you're an idiot! You're an idiot! Oh my
Hey,
god!
for someone who has not started or finished Space Jam, that's pretty good.
Wait, so did you hop in the middle of Space Jam?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know who was watching it, but somebody was in
oh
my
my,
family.
oh my god, we gotta watch Space Jam. Oh my god.
But that's not obscure.
I mean, I don't mean for the
Or forgotten.
podcast. I just mean for your sake.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Because you need to watch it. It's like a movie that everybody needs to watch. Hell,
Okay.
hell,
Okay.
hell, it's getting a sequel.
Okay. Okay. I'll do it. Just so that people don't crucify me.
Bro, you're gonna be crucified on a basketball hoop.
Imagine.
So wait, who are like the big like actors in this movie? It was Brendan Fraser. Who else was in it? It was driving me nuts. I can't think of it.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. I did not know that was Steve Martin until I started looking up like the notes and fun facts for this movie. I had no idea that was Steve Martin.
Didn't know.
No, I had no clue.
Well, he didn't have white hair.
Exactly. I
That's
mean,
probably why.
exactly. He didn't look anything like Steve Martin in that movie.
But he was awesome.
And who else? Who's the girl? Jenna Elfman. I have no idea who she is.
I'm assuming he's Danny Elfman's wife, who composed probably 90% of Tim Burton's movies.
What?
The soundtrack.
She's a composer?
No, Danny Elfman is.
Well, oh yeah, I know Danny Elfman is.
I'm assuming that she's his wife.
No.
No?
Unless this is I don't think she's related. She's married to this guy named Bodie Elfman? Bodie Elfman?
Bodie?
Yeah.
I don't know him.
I have no idea who he is. I wonder if he's related to Danny Elfman at all. Oh, here we go. He is the son of Richard Elfman and Rhonda Joy Saboth, grandson of the author Blossom Elfman, and he's the nephew. Okay, so he's the nephew of Danny Elfman.
Okay. That makes more sense.
So it's a weird tree. It's a weird family tree. So they are related, not by blood, but by marriage.
All right.
In a weird family tree way.
I'm down with it. Also, I would just like to point out that for the first time in 2 weeks, it's just the two of us.
We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I. I know, it's kind of nice. Kind of nice, just the two of us chatting it out.
Yeah, I don't need that third wheel Bebo in here.
Or Carter.
Or Carter.
All right, let's get into some fun facts, Ben. Are you ready for this?
How fun are they?
Actually, honestly, they're actually kind of depressing.
I am not emotionally swinging on a swing set right now, then they're not fun facts.
All right, fun fact number 1. Brendan Fraser did such a good job doing an impersonation of the Tasmanian Devil that he was allowed to do the voice for Taz instead of the current voice actor that was doing him at the time, and maybe currently, Jim Cummings.
I don't know any Jim Cummings. I know a Nightingale Cummings.
Well, Jim Cummings is obviously a voice actor. I don't know what he does other than Taz. He probably has tons of other things that he does.
Well, I'm assuming that they reuse some voice actors for other Looney Tunes characters.
Well, yeah, but he's probably also done some other animated stuff too.
More,
He's probably done so many things that if we were to look him up, you'd be like, oh my god, he did this, and this.
yeah, just like
How Frank Welker did like everything.
yeah, yeah.
But dude, Brendan Fraser took the job away from like the guy who does that does Taz's voice.
That's sad.
Dude,
That makes me sad.
I know that makes
Poor guy.
that's just crazy. But I mean, good on Brendan Fraser, man.
Heck yeah, dude.
All right, fact number 2: Joe Dante, which is the director of this film, refuses to talk about this movie in interviews in great detail. All he has said is that he only agreed to direct the film to pay tribute to Chuck Jones, who had recently passed away and was a close friend of Dante's, and that Warner Brothers gave him no freedom in the creative process of the movie.
But why wouldn't they give him creative freedom?
I don't know. I mean, personally, I could tell that something seemed off while I was watching the movie. It felt weird. I'll get into it later, but it just felt like something was off the whole time.
Yeah, watching the movie again after watching it as a child, you could kind of tell that the comedy was forced.
Yeah, and it's never good. Like honestly, if I was a corporation giving out movies and stuff, let the director have it, and then I mean let him make the movie, and then just kind of work off of like what he's got. Like let him make the
Yeah.
movie, and then I mean just kind of check in, like, hey, how's it going? Oh, I don't know if the people want this, or I don't know if this will get by the censors. But I mean, if I was like a corporation like that, I would give him like probably like 85% creative freedom.
Yeah. Also, I did not know that the boss men were were uh supposed to represent the Warner Brothers.
Oh, you didn't realize that?
No, I just thought, ooh, so they're the boss.
No, but they're the Warner Brothers. They're twins.
I did not know that.
Didn't Daffy like Brothers Warner a bunch?
Yeah, right as he was getting fired.
Yeah. I also don't know who Chuck Jones is off the top of my head. I kind of want to look him up really quick because obviously he sounds very important, man. He basically was the let's see here. Oh wait. Oh, he the guy who created Looney Tunes?
Was he really?
Yeah, I think he might have been.
And they didn't give him any creative freedom.
Yeah, he directed. Yeah, he directed a lot of the Looney Tunes.
They never gave him, or they didn't give him any creative freedom.
No, not Chuck Jones. They didn't give. No, Chuck Jones died. He was dead.
Oh yeah.
They didn't give.
I got my name.
Yeah, they didn't give the director, who was a really good friend of him, any creative freedom.
The Warner Brothers just like, excuse me, did you know this guy? He's like, yeah, I'm making the movie for him.
Well, we don't care. You're making a movie for us, not him.
Well, we've made countless films with him.
Man, that just sucks. I would hate to be a director and like not being able to have any sort of input in the movie. And it's like, why the hell did you even hire me? Just do it yourself at that point.
There's sad, and then there's mega sad. And that's mega sad.
So sad. All right. Fact number 3. Technically, the final traditionally animated Warner Brothers movie, I don't know what this word is, alabete, or alabet, I don't know. Well, basically, this was the last like live action with animation mixed movie. Though Warner Brothers feature animation closed its doors in 2001 after the release of Osmosis Jones, the department was briefly dug out of retirement for this movie.
Huh.
So the last movie that the studio that made like the movie that we watched was Osmosis Jones. Have you seen Osmosis Jones?
Yeah.
I love that movie. I actually didn't even know that was a movie. I thought it was a cartoon show, and then in middle school we watched Osmosis Jones. I was like, wait a second. No way. There was a movie that they made this cartoon show off of?
I thought it was both. I
What?
thought it was both. I thought it was both a movie and a TV show.
They made the movie first, and then they made a cartoon.
Okay.
And I didn't know that the movie even existed until like middle school or high school.
Okay.
I always thought it was just this TV show. And also, like, that movie had Bill Murray, Chris Rock, and I don't remember who the pill guy was, but he was somebody big too.
If my memory serves correct, Kevin James sounds like the right name.
I don't think it was Kevin James.
Okay.
But that can be something to discuss next time. But anyways, yeah, so they basically resurrected a dead portion of their studio to make this movie. and then they put him back in the grave again.
Nice.
Jesus Christ, that's just depressing.
But imagine being brought back to life because you were needed for something.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the movie like financially like failed horribly, and they all got fired again or laid off again.
Are you kidding me?
Like
Huh.
imagine getting laid off, and they're like, "Hey, wait, come back for us come back and work for us for like a year," and they're like, "Okay, actually, you know what? You're actually gonna be fired for good now."
Sorry, bud, but them's the breaks.
Them's the breaks, kid. Sorry about that. All right, fact number 4: the film's release was also the subject of a big stroke of bad luck. It was supposed to premiere in July of 2003, I think. I think it's supposed to be 2003. But was shelved after Finding Nemo became a smash hit. Come November, the start of the holiday movie season, the film was released. Okay, so it was in 2000. It was slated for July 2003. Unfortunately, the movie opened just after Brother Bear and Elf, and just before The Cat in the Hat and The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Warner Brothers refused to promote the film because of its chaotic production and overrun budget.
Yeah, that's why. Because it's Looney Tunes. Like everybody knows Looney Tunes.
Uh-huh.
I feel like the main reason Space Jam got the praise that it did was because it was Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm. They also had the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan.
I believe it was LeBron James. Anyway, yeah, if they had done marketing or released at a better time, they could have done a lot better.
Yeah, maybe. They could have, I think. I mean, listen, 3 of these 5 movies like didn't really do that well in theaters. Like Brother Bear didn't do that well. I don't know how well Elf did, but I don't think that did that well. Elf is more of a cult classic film, I think.
Yeah.
And Cat in the Hat, I'm pretty sure was just god awful.
Hey, I grew up on Cat in the Hat too. That movie is not that bad.
I found it funny like when I watched it, but like when it came out though, I mean it's like the theater goers did not like the movie.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely not a theater movie. It's more of a DVD movie.
That's more of a let's get drunk and watch Cat in the Hat movie.
Well, that was not my experience because I was like 7 whenever I watched that.
No, I mean like nowadays, it's like let's get drunk and watch that movie.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I mean, my favorite line from that movie is "Oh, you dirty hoe."
Oh, you dirty hoe.
All right, the last fun fact. A follow-up sequel to Space Jam was planned as early as the film's release. As development began, Space Jam 2 was going to involve a new basketball competition between the Looney Tunes and a new villain named the Berserker O. Joe Pytak? Sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. Pitek? I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry. Would have returned to direct the Spike Brandit and Tony... Oh, sorry, direct. And Spike Brandit and Tony Servoni? I don't know how to say his name again, sorry. Signed on as the animation supervisors. However, Michael Jordan didn't agree to star in the sequel, and producers were actually lying to design artists, claiming that he had signed on to keep development going. Warner Brothers eventually canceled plans for Space Jam 2 and ended up with this movie, a not exact sequel after having an idea for a movie called Spy Jam, but the proper project of Space Jam 2 was revived in the 2010s by animation division Warner Animation Group with the goal of a 2021 release starring LeBron James.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. So this movie had basically been in the works since 1996.
But didn't you say that it was originally going to be a Space Jam sequel, but turned into this movie?
Yeah. Like, it sounds like this movie kind of went through development hell.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense that they got this movie after working on a Space Jam sequel.
Well, I mean, it was in development. They probably were writing scripts and trying to get people to sign on and stuff. Like, they probably didn't have much.
Okay, that kind of makes more sense. I don't know the whole process of making a movie.
I mean, it was probably just all in the works. It probably didn't have a lot going at that point when they probably ended up getting it. Like, how it sounds like it went through so many hands and all the changes, and then they're probably like, yo, just scrap the whole thing. We're gonna make a new movie. It
Okay.
sounds just like absolute hell. And then also, what I thought would have been cool is like you know how I said Spy Jam was like thrown out.
Yeah.
They were looking at doing like again like a hybrid animation live action movie, and the main actor would have been Jackie Chan with the Looney Tunes.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
That would have been so. When I was reading this fun fact, I was like, oh my god, that would have been sick. Jackie Chan with the Looney Tunes.
Jackie Chan is so funny. I freaking love.
I love him so much.
He's like foreign guy funny, so like he doesn't know 100% what's going on, but at the same time, he knows how to make it funny.
He also does all of his own stunts too,
Yeah, because he's Kung Fu boy.
like Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, because he just don't.
Yeah. All right. So before we start getting deeper, let's get how much this movie costs and stuff. You ready?
Okay.
Are you ready to cry?
Maybe.
All right. So this movie cost $80 million, and we'll times it by 2 because of all of the advertising and stuff. So it's $160 million.
They didn't advertise it though.
Well, but like I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to do? Do it by like what? By 0.5?
By 0.7.
You want me to do the math right now? By 0.7?
Yeah, what'd you get that degree for, boy?
Wasn't in math. It was not
yeah.
in math.
Where's Dylan? Where's Dylan?
We gotta get Foxy. Foxy, we need you.
We might have to pull him on one of these episodes.
Ooh.
For loyal listeners.
Okay, so this movie made with your stupid 0.7 nonsense, cost, it would be $136 million.
Wow. That's a lot.
And in theaters, it made 68 million.
That's too much.
Wait, you mean it made too much money in theaters?
That's too much.
Which means that this movie lost about, well, give me a second, let me do the math really quick because now you threw me off. What did I say, 136 million?
Yeah.
It lost $67.5 million.
Ooh, that's a chunk of change.
That's a big old chunk of change. Have we reviewed a movie yet that has made money?
No.
Wait, no. Didn't Warcraft? I think Warcraft made money.
Maybe. I don't know. It was the first movie we did.
I think Warcraft made money. I think every other movie we did has lost money.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta start making better movies. We gotta pick better movies.
What do you expect? We pick obscure movies.
We gotta pick better obscure movies.
Okay.
All right. So Ben, let's dive into this. What'd you like? What's experience of the movie, man? Let's go.
I felt like I was 5 again watching this movie.
Aww.
But also I was very, very confused why things were the way they were.
Like what?
Like why? What? I don't know. Like what was the whole deal with the Walmart in the desert?
Wait, there was a Walmart in the desert?
Yes, that's how they survived the desert after the freaking car crashed.
Oh, dude, I must have been like in outer space because I don't remember a Walmart.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, it's nice of Walmart to give us all this survival stuff for saying Walmart's name so many times or something like that."
Oh, they made an in joke sponsor reference.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, why Walmart?"
I I don't know. I would not want to give Walmart any credit at all. I hate Walmart.
Yeah. Also, oh my gosh, you remember the painting scene at the Louvre?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
The part where they go into the Scream and freaking
Oh, what's his name? The yeah. The cowboy
Sprinter
guy.
Boy,
Yeah.
cowboy guy. What cowboy guy?
Wait, who? Who was it that was chasing them through the paintings again?
It
Oh, it was
was
Elmer Fudd. It was Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
And whenever they went into the Scream and the as a kid, the actual screaming part because they're like, "Oh, I bumped into him," ooh. And then he started screaming. That scared me half to death. I had night,
Elmer Fudd's face was so creepy. So creepy.
but I always liked the part where he got all slow and all droopy. That that and I like the part where Daffy Duck starts playing Connect the Dots. That
Yeah.
was my favorite. That was my favorite thing growing up, playing Connect the Dots. So I was like, oh, I do that too.
Wait a second,
Wow.
I do that.
Exactly. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I liked a lot of these I loved all like the inside jokes that they did. I thought that was pretty funny. Like how like in the beginning when Brendan Fraser was chasing Daffy and he jumped into the painting like of the like down the hallway and then Brendan Fraser jumped through the painting
Yes.
and then Daffy Duck came back around and then Brendan Fraser jumped out and he's like, "Oh, that's not fair."
And I like the Batmobile part.
Oh, when it crashed into the water tower?
Yeah. I was like, that's wait, what Batmobile was that? Was that George Clooney Batmobile?
I think so. That sounds about right. It was 2000. The movie. This movie was made in 2003, so it might have been George Clooney.
He was cool. I like the bat nipples.
Oh, did you see that one bit? Where they were in the restaurant and Shaggy and Scooby were talking to the guy.
Yeah, they were talking to him about the Scooby Doo movie with the sun monsters and Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, that was what's his face? Matthew Lillard, I'm pretty sure. Like that was they were talking to Matthew Lillard because in those movies Matthew Lillard does the live action and is currently the voice of Shaggy.
Yeah, he was like, he was saying something like,
You made me sound like a spaceman in that movie. If you do that again for the sequel, I'll come get you.
I don't know if that was a joke about being high or not, like marijuana,
Yeah, I bet it
but
was.
that was hilarious.
I loved that was so clever. That was probably one of my favorite bits in that movie. Was that scene right there?
I had to take a double take whenever freaking Porky the Pig and
Speedy
Speedy
Gonzales.
Gonzales. They're like, it's so hard to be politically correct. And then Speedy Gonzales goes, "Tell me about it." I had to take a double take. I was like,
Dude, they called out
really
the.
just went there
I can't believe like. Well, did you know that like Speedy Gonzales has been like the target of like being canceled like tons of times?
for being politically correct.
Well, for being the Latino mouse and like all the stuff about like because he talks like a Latino. They when they made him, he acted like how they thought, which is probably not correct, but how they thought Latinos acted.
Yeah,
But on tons and tons of occasions, the Latino whenever they tried to cancel Speedy Gonzales, the Latino community themselves said, "Hey, no, this guy's hilarious. Keep him on the air, please."
yeah.
Like
I
in the new Space Jam movie, Gabriel Iglesias is voicing him.
I love him. I
Yeah,
love Gabriel Iglesias so much.
I know. I love him too, and he's doing the voice for him. So I can't wait to watch it
Yeah.
to hear him do Speedy Gonzales' voice.
Yes, I love this. Now I have to watch the new Space Jam.
I mean, new Space Jam's got like it's got LeBron James. It's got the guy from it's What's his name? War Machine. Whoever plays War Machine.
Oh, uh, I just took a theater class, and he was one of the people we were focusing.
I don't remember what his name is, but that guy is like the main bad guy in the movie.
He voices him, or he is.
He is he is it's a live. He plays live action. He plays himself basically.
Okay,
But
all
yeah,
right, I
that's
like
cool.
it.
One thing, actually, well, okay, Ben, I'm gonna be honest. This movie pissed me off for the most part
Why? Why?
because, okay, first of all, what was the evil guy's plan? I was so confused that whole time. I didn't understand the evil plan or like the point of it. I was so confused.
Calm down, child. I will explain.
Oh, okay.
So the chairman, that was his name.
Yeah, the chairman.
His evil plan was to take the blue monkey
Uh-huh.
and turn everyone into monkeys, and
Okay.
then make them work in a sweatshop, because the whole problem was, oh, they made a joke about it early in the movie about how making children make Acme stuff costs too much.
Yeah, didn't they want to use like 3-month-old babies or whatever instead?
Yeah, they were like, oh, the toddlers or something want a pay raise or something like that. Like, no, fire them all. Hire 3-month-old babies. They work for less. So they were gonna turn the whole human race into monkeys to make them work for free, and then whenever they're humans again, they're gonna make those people buy the Acme stuff that they made.
Mm.
So basically, like a big corporate money scheme.
It's the plot just it just did not make sense to me. It just got so, and then they went to outer space. What is this? Fast and the Furious?
Yes, but basically, uh, Steve Martin hired Marvin the Martian to go put the blue monkey on a satellite to blast Earth and make everyone monkeys, and so he went to space to go put the thing on the satellite, and then Duck Dodgers came and saved the day.
It just did not. I don't know. I just got so lost in like the plot of this movie. It just did not make any sense to me at all.
Sounds like you weren't paying attention.
I was paying attention all right. I just didn't understand.
Sounds like you weren't paying attention.
Another thing that really really annoyed me in this movie is, so they're doing this hybrid animation thing, all right, where the live action people interact with the Looney Tunes, okay?
Yeah.
And kind of towards the beginning of the movie, they were doing a pretty good job about it. But but then once the middle of the movie hit, anytime like the Looney Tunes like made like comments or said, "Hey, we should go do this," or they're just like interacting in the background, the live action people like just completely like ignored them or disregarded like whatever they were saying. It's like they just like those Looney Tunes just didn't exist at all.
Yeah, they either filmed the end first or they filmed it last, because either they didn't know how to work with it, or they were just kind of done. Everyone was. So they were just like, you know what, just say these lines and we'll make it work in post.
Yeah, because it's just like that scene when Daffy Duck was like jumping in front of the camera, like for the Mona Lisa scene.
Yeah.
Like he's just jumping in front of the camera and like saying stuff, and Brendan Fraser just completely ignoring him, like doesn't say anything to him at all. It just was weird. They just didn't interact with them. It's like the Looney Tunes interacted with all the Looney Tune characters, and the humans didn't really interact with the Looney Tunes at all. They just interacted with the other humans.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a divide going on.
But that was only after the first act of the movie. I started to notice it in the second and third act.
What do you call the first act?
Probably I really started to notice it once the girl met up with Brendan Fraser. Like once she met up with him
In Las Vegas?
Yeah, that's when it started. That's when I started noticing it.
Okay.
Like once they first got to them, like once they met up.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
And
because the focus started cutting away from getting Daffy Duck his job back to oh,
We gotta
we
save my dad.
gotta get, yeah, we gotta save Dad. Then it was Blue Monkey, and then it was Stop the Chairman.
Yeah, it just didn't. It just didn't. It just really pissed me off because I wanted them to interact with the Looney Tunes more, but they just kind of just passed them off to the side.
Yeah, yeah, that I can see that.
It was just, I don't know. Like, I didn't really like that. I mean, I like the comedy. The comedy is like really funny. Like when they were like doing the inside jokes and stuff. That bit when the chairman showed up and he was like, what did he? Oh, wait, he first showed up as, what was it, Brendan Fraser's dad, right?
What?
Well, remember when he unzips when he
Oh,
did the unzipping,
yeah, he first showed up as Brendan Fraser's dad.
and then he's like, "I'm actually the chairman" or whatever.
No, he goes, I'm actually uh Michael Jordan.
Well, oh yeah, then he did that. Yeah, that was seriously a clip from Space Jam. He was like, "Y'all ready to play some basketball or something?"
Yeah, that was
And then he
funny.
did the chairman bit, and then he was like, then he went back to being the chairman.
Yeah, I liked whenever the bodyguard turned into Lady Tasmanian Devil and was like, "Ooh, a lady, instant bridge."
Yo, what was that going on with the chairman and that girl?
I think it was a matter of he liked her, he thought she liked him, but she just didn't want to be a monkey.
Dude, that was so funny when he was like, all the women love me. Oh, they all say that at the first thought or whatever. Like he was like he's playing all like hard to get and whatever.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Oh, I read something that for the chairman, they also were looking at Robin Williams to also be the chairman and somebody else. I can't think of who else they were looking at.
I don't see Robin Williams playing the chairman quite like Steve Martin did.
No, I don't think it would have been a good fit for how Robin Williams acts.
He normally does a good job as the good guy, good family man.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. That just doesn't. Robin Williams seems a little bit more bombastic than what that chairman would have done. Like Robin Williams would have taken what was it Steve Martin did, but up to like a 10.
Yeah, that would have been weird. I think Steve Martin did a fine job being a quirky, zany villain, stereotypical spy villain.
Yeah, I mean they did play it where it was like oh, I'm your typical James Bond villain, but I'm all super dumb and goofy. Blah blah blah. It was a parody basically of James Bond villains.
Yeah, I like that every time he laughed, he almost fell over.
Bro, that's me when we're doing this podcast half the time. I lean back in my chair and almost fall.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
uh, well, Ben, you got any? Do you have anything else you want to say before we kind of get into our final thoughts?
I just want to say that Master of Disguise is a much better spy movie.
Than this one.
Yes.
Wait, before we kind of finish up, I want to talk about my boy Brendan Fraser. This man did so good. I don't care if this movie did bad. Brendan Fraser, give him all the credit. That man did hard work. He's pretty jacked too in the movies as well.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, was he always this buff?
Well, he just came off of the heels of doing George of the Jungle, I think.
Oh, so he's got to look good for his shirtless scenes.
Yeah, I think he just got done doing George of the Jungle, or at least was like close to finishing it or something. I did read that. Oh wait, no. Okay, hold up. Oh no, he must have been doing other things because that was in '97. I don't know what he all did, but he was still pretty jacked though.
Yeah, boy was big.
You know, I read somewhere that he was supposed to actually be in the sequel of George of the Jungle, but because he was doing Looney Tunes Back in Action, he couldn't be part of the sequel. So they got some other guy.
Priorities, people. Priorities.
I don't know. Looking back, I would have rather have had Brendan Fraser in George of the Jungle 2 than this movie.
I haven't even seen George of the Jungle 2.
It's okay. It takes place more in the city than it does in the jungle.
George of the Concrete Jungle.
More like George of the Concrete Jungle, am I right?
Hey, I just said that.
Yeah, but I said it better.
You can't say it after I said it.
Yeah, but I said it better, though.
No.
Yeah, facts.
Fake news. Facts.
Okay, you got me. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Ben, final thoughts on this movie.
I love it, but I hate it.
You have a
Good.
love hate relationship with it.
Yup, it's weird, but it's my kind of weird.
Okay.
It's
All right.
bad. It's bad, but it's nostalgic for me, I guess,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word.
Uh-huh. I get you. I get you. I've got lots of movies like that. Like Tremors.
You mean Sharknado?
Or Sharknado. The first one. Maybe not the later ones, but definitely the first one.
Oh, you said Tremors wrong, and then you said Sharknado wrong.
Wait, boy? Oh, sorry, Grab You Boys.
Happy boys.
Grab You Boys. Alright, I guess some of my final thoughts. I mean, I liked it. It wasn't like horrible. I mean, the first half was really good. I did like at the end how Brendan Fraser ended up punching himself. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty
fun.
funny. But I mean, I would watch this movie again, but not like anytime soon.
I'd say it would be at least like a couple months type of thing.
For you, I don't know, maybe like yeah, probably a couple months or up to a year, probably like 10 to 12 months, maybe. But again, like they had funny bits, they had some good comedic stuff, but I also just couldn't. It pissed me off how they just didn't interact. Like both the cartoons and the humans just didn't interact with one another.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that, but now that you said it,
If
I can definitely.
now that I say it, the next time you watch it, I mean, just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. You will definitely notice it. You'll notice how
Mm-hmm.
much disregard they have for like the other characters, kind of that like the second part of the movie.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's hear a rating, Ben. What do you give it out of 10, my dude?
I would say a 6.2.
Dang, I thought you were gonna come in with nostalgia on it.
Well, I told you I hate it, but I love it at the same time.
Okay. I respect that you took all that into consideration, Ben. That's really hard to do sometimes.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right. Oh,
boy.
sorry. What? You were what?
I'm good boy.
He's a good boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna give this movie probably just a solid 6. Yeah, yeah, I'll give it a 6 because of the only because of the comedy. Some of the lines that they gave and some of the jokes they were pretty good. They were pretty good.
Yeah, the comedy was pretty consistently decent.
I would have given it high again. I would have given it a higher score if they interacted with the Looney Tunes a bit more and they weren't just kind of disregarding them.
Yeah,
Because Brendan Fraser, really funny guy, and I think he would have played. I think it would have played off really well together.
Riri funny boy.
He funny boy. So with that, this gives us a grand total for this movie of 6.1. I think this is our lowest rated movie.
I think so too.
It's okay. Hey. Some of these other ones we might come across that might be even worse.
Ooh.
Well, all right, Ben. Since we're kind of closing out here, what's our Hot Wheel of the week?
Hot Wheel of the Week. Yeah. So it is a quote unquote cloak and dagger car.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's from any sort of superhero show like Cloak and Dagger and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a car that you can take the top off of. It's got a plastic top that hooks onto the base,
Oh, okay.
and it's a purple base plastic with some orange and black flamies going
Ooh.
on the sides. It looks like the plastic covers the sides of the wheels but doesn't go below them, so that you can still drive, but you don't really see the wheels move. And once you take the plastic off, it basically looks like a skeleton car. It's got purple frame, I guess, like light purple, not dark purple.
Mm-hmm.
A light purple frame, and the seat, there's only one seat, and it looks like you can't see straight forward because there's a big like median blocking it. So that's pretty useless. But there's two side windows next to the median. So they look like eyes. So it's kind of sort of like a skeleton looking vibe,
Uh-huh.
but it's pretty darn useless. And then it looks like there's like a kind of a skeleton vibe going on here with some the engine sort of going off to the sides of the car,
Okay.
and look like the pipes look like ribs and whatnot, and the front and the bottom and the back of the car is a crimson red.
Ooh, I can honestly. There's so much going on with that car. I cannot wait to see a picture of it and post it on our Instagram.
Hashtag shout out Media Men Pod. Follow us.
Oh,
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Yeah. You know it, baby. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening to the Media Men Podcast. You can follow us on our Instagram that we have at the Media Men Pod.
We have our own pod.
What?
We have our own pod, like a bean pod.
Yeah, or like a pod that you go into outer space with. Like what C-3PO and R2-D2 blasted off on.
I think that's called an escape pod.
See? Pod. Boom. But anyways, again, thanks for listening. I know I had a blast. Hope you all had a blast too. Refer this to a friend if you enjoy it. Give us a rate on whatever platform that you listen to us on. We forgot to do the movie for next week. Uh-oh, we're in danger. We're in uncharted territory now.
No, we've done this before.
What? Not come up with a movie?
Yeah, we've forgotten before.
Give me 1 second. F it. Give me a number 1 through 18. Oh wait, yeah, 1 through 18.
4.
4? All right, Ben. I guess we'll just let everybody know this. Actually, no, wait, no. I've got this. I can do it. So, the hint for this movie is David Bowie.
Oh, I know exactly what this movie is.
That is the hint for the movie next week, everybody. David Bowie. So
and don't forget about that dance magic.
All right, everybody. Again, for the third time, thanks for listening. I'm your host, Grant.
I'm your host, Big Boy Benny Jean. That's not my last name.
And this is the Media Men Podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Media Men Podcast. Yeah. Media Men Podcast. Yeah.
You make it sound like we're running an infomercial.
We gotta sell it, man.
What are we selling?
Ourselves, I guess.
Whoa!